Hello, hello, happy new year. Or it's like 4 days late now. But, anyways, now that it's the new year and every single figure from 2023 is already released, I decided to do a nice little list of my top 10 favorite figures for this year. Now, on a side note, I will not be including any legacy figures that came out last year. That's because I didn't get any. And I won't be adding any core classes from the studio series, as I don't think they were better than any of the other classes. I mean, they're good, don't get me wrong. It's just I don't think they're better than any other size classes, especially deluxe class. Speaking of deluxe classes, none of the deluxes made it either. Only to the honorable mentions, though, did they at least make it. And I'm counting all the figures that I got that came out last year. There might be some that I didn't get that came out last year that were really good, like the Masterpiece stuff or the 3-0. Nonetheless, everything will be based off of my own opinion, and even if you do still find this ranking to be a little meh, I just want to let you know that this is my very first top 10 ranking, and hopefully it's somewhat reasonable. Well, anyways, I think it's time we start off. Now, starting off, we've got mainline Voyager class Optimus Prime from the Rise of the Beasts. Now, when I first found this guy at Walmart and I took him out of the packaging, I was very surprised and amazed by how well done this figure was made for a Voyager class, even though it was a small Voyager class. There's not too much paint on the figure, but he's got it where it counts. And you can't go wrong with an unintentional automorph gimmick, which I think is really cool. Overall, fun and enjoyable and somewhat gimmicky figure. And the gun's alright too. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. And hey, this guy could serve best as an Orion Pax. Or at least a live-action Orion Pax. Well, anyways, moving on to another Optimus Prime is the Gamer Edition Optimus Prime, from the Studio series, of course. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the Gamer Edition, especially the War for Cybertron stuff, but this Optimus Prime has to be the best out of the 5 figures that came out last year. I do like how beefy he is, and he's one of the most playable out of the 5 figures. I really like this open-up Matrix chamber. It's really nice. And his accessories aren't too bad either. I really like his big ol' axe right here, which you could actually split the front part in half to have it look like this, which, I don't really like it, so this one's much better, in my opinion. And the gun's not too bad either. You gotta remove the arm right here to swap it out for the gun. And then, yeah, Optimus can do a little blasting. Although I kind of wish there was somewhere where you could hold it on in the hand, but I believe there's an upgrade kit that covers that. And the truck mode is nice and big, and it feels good too. However, I will say this looks very weird. But hey, cool at the same time. And place goes to one of the Dinobots, Snarl. Yes, this figure was very hard and albeit pretty frustrating to find, but that doesn't take away from the quality and the overall aesthetic of the figure, as Snarl right here is quite enjoyable. For the first time in like 2 years or so, the quality is actually pretty good for the Dinobot. The 2 previous figures suffered from some loose joints and combustible pieces that tend to untransform itself. And this time, rather than a gun, Snarl comes with a nice little sword. Although it would have been nice for him to come with a gun though. And the Dino mode is alright. It's chunky, but the articulation is a little limited. Hey, you can open his jaw up, which is nice. Watch this. Oh! I had to do it. It's funny. Next on the list is the Leader Class Scourge. Even though it is by no means accurate, but rather to some concept art, it still serves as a good figure in its own way. His claw arm is still nice, and I guess his head sculpt is still okay. It's alright. But there is an upgrade kit that fixes all of those issues. And hey, he's got articulated fingers, which is nice. That's, however, to allow clearance for the sword to go in right there, and then the fingers just close in. But hey, still. Nice looking sword, but for some reason this keeps on bending. I don't know why. When I got this figure out of the box, it did a good job, closing in, but then somehow I guess the tab that securely closed it in right there decided to break off, thus allowing for a very loose back part. And yeah, not gonna lie, not very cool. Much prefer the upgrade kit for this. And you could actually swap out his claw arm for a nice looking gun right here, which you could actually throw in a blast effect on the muzzle. The truck mode and transformation is great as well, especially the truck. Look at that. That looks mean. And I did like that they threw in a little bit of creativity for the gun to form into pieces of junk that are laying on the back of the truck. And yeah. Although I do think there should be a proper version of Scourge, at least for his robot mode. But that's not going to happen in like a while, so we got what we got right now. Next on the list is Yellow Park Optimus Prime. Now, some people suggested that Bumblebee and even Optimus Primal were the best out of the 3 figures of that Yellow Park wave, but for me personally, it has to be Optimus Prime. He was the first Yellow Park figure that I got, and immediately I fell in love with the way this figure looked and everything. He looked like he was ripped straight out of the movie. And for only $30, this is well worth it. I recommend you pick this figure up before, he starts selling out and stuff. Also for accessories, he comes with hands with different poses, like these ones right here. And he comes with that sort of hands that just makes him go, "We take the battle to them," kind of hand. And a hand with a trigger finger, which is basically useless as this guy doesn't come with any guns. Although when messing around with this guy, I did find out that the shotgun from the Studio Series Dark of the Moon Megatron fits together perfectly well. You push it in nicely and it fits in a little bit fairly well, I guess. Just grabbing this hand right here, and Optimus should have both hands holding the gun. So yeah, kinda cool. Next on the list is Big Fat Beefy Monkey, that being the Ultimate Optimus Primal from Takara Tomy. Now, I like this figure because he's the only leader class with the proper leader class scale from 2017, and this figure does not disappoint in replicating everything 6 years ago. That made a mainline leader class figure, well, a mainline leader class figure. I mean, he comes with 2 swords, don't get me wrong, but he's loaded in with some gimmicks. Posable fingers, which wasn't a thing with the last proper size scale leader class figures. And of course, these shoulder crying missile launching beauties right here. Well, they're not spring loaded, but it does take a little bit of pain to, make them fly. Pew! And to add a homage to the Takara Tomy Age of Extinction leader class Optimus Prime, Optimus Primal right here does face swap in the same way. The face still looks flat. And the gorilla mode is actually pretty good. The head sculpt is really nice, and I do appreciate how beefy and bulky this figure is in his gorilla mode. It's a shame this figure wasn't sold in the US though, but hey, shout out to Big Bad Toy Store for having these figures out in stock, or at least while they still did. I don't know if Big Bad Toy Store has any more of these guys out in stock. I don't know, gonna have to check that one. And then next on the list has to be the Bayweight Spock, or Bayweight knockoff of Studio Series Dark of the Moon, Shockwave. Now, I believe this is the only knockoff that I got that came out in 2023, aside from the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime knockoff, but this guy's better. Or at least a better knockoff. But the painting and sculpting is really nice, and I do like the new head sculpt. And the sword is more sleek, slim, and longer, which I like. And the arm cannon, well, the arm cannon does have a removable barrel feature, which is a little but still 10 out of 10. And no, I'm not going to show the alternate mode for this guy because we've seen it like a couple times already. Oh, and the hand on the right is much better now, as it does have posable fingers and a better wrist articulation. And can't go wrong with the die-cast metal parts. So cold. But then next on the list is, of course, the Transformers Studio Series Rise of the Beast Buzzworthy Bumblebee Target Exclusive Voyager Class Optimus Prime. And what can I say about this figure? It's nice, the details are on point. The articulation is a little limiting, for at least the shoulders though. The legs are kind of like that too though. And the quality's pretty good. There's a lot of stiff joints, almost a bit too stiff for joints. Head sculpt is a little too small, but still works very nice. And of course for accessories, the sword is really, really good. And you also have the option to have Optimus Prime holding the sword with his hand. And of course you can't forget his tiny little stinger cannon, in which the order of plugging into Optimus Prime's hand does take a little bit of transforming, but hey, it's okay, it looks nice. However, there is an upgrade kit that covers that, and to be honest, looks much better. Truck mode's okay, it's not the best. Also, what on earth is this? Come on, you can do better, Hasbro. Just pay attention to the front. The front is all that matters. I mean, it's either this alternate mode or the mainline Optimus Prime alternate mode, which isn't really the best either. Almost forgot to mention that we're getting into top 3, which this guy is in 3rd place. 2nd place has to go to leader class Optimus Primal from the Studio Series. Really great figure, one of the most anticipated of the year, and overall well worth it. The gorilla mode is nice, except for some kibble on the back right here. But let's be honest, the robot mode is a little bit better. And it's not just the figure that makes this guy look cool, but it is definitely his overabundance of accessories. And I do like how you can combine the two swords together. And he comes with a chain that can extend the sword, so Optimus Primal could have it swing or something like that. And it does come with a spare chain piece, but let's not extend this. He also does come with Optimus Prime's axe, which looks pretty good when stored onto the side of Primal's thigh. And of course, Optimus Primal comes with the MacGuffin itself, the Transwarp Key, and you could actually split it into two pieces. How cool is that? The other Studio Series matrices from the other two continuities of Transformers can't beat that. But anyways, I hope we get an upscaled version of this guy for Ape Link. Now before number 1, let's talk about the honorable mentions, and no, I'm not ranking those. I've got 5 of them to show, and number 1 is, of course, Studio Series Rise of the Beasts Bumblebee. Number 2 is Studio Series Rise of the Beasts Battletrap. And number 3, this guy made it to honorable mentions because I really like the way this figure looks. I know it's a repaint of the Studio Series Ironhide from the 86, but this is a really, really nice repaint for Ratchet. Definitely deserves to be in the honorable mentions. First, second, and last, we've got Nightbird, which is a really nice looking deluxe class, even though it is tiny. And then lastly, of course, had to do Mirage, because why not? I know it's a Ghibli toy, but the painting is really nice. And besides, the car mode is really great too. Now, the number 1 spot of 2023, of course, had to go with this guy. Come on, you saw that coming. I was absolutely blown away by the design, the engineering, and of course the overall height and heft that this figure had. Articulation I feel is a little limiting, but hey, he comes with a whole buttload of ratchet joints. Nice little missile launchers over here that don't have any sort of gimmick for the missile launchers, but they're still cool. And he comes with 2 nice looking blasters, which of course I like this one more because it's bigger. Not to say the pistol's bad, it's just this one's better. I do like that he comes with a whole bunch of blast effects. This could be useful for stop motions. And he comes with some nice little gimmicks, that being the Matrix Chamber, and the fact that there's some dismemberment involved. And I gotta say, the truck mode is really, really cool. The fact that they pulled this off is amazing. Sometimes it's quite difficult to understand how Hasbro was able to pull off such a complex design and engineering. But hey, this is Commander Class, that's sort of expected. Can't wait to see what that Commander Class 86 Optimus is like. I'm sure it's going to be really cool. Hopefully it comes with a buttload of accessories too, and a trailer, just like this guy. Oh, speaking of trailer, you could actually detach the trailer off of the truck, or more so the truck off the trailer, because the trailer is bigger. So yeah, tiny little 18-wheeler, I guess. By the way, would you like to see something? Boo. There's Ultra Magnus's face. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's all I had to say for this video. Hopefully this didn't upset anyone, but to be honest, all of these figures are really great. And I think this was a pretty decent pick. And not too bad for the first top 10 that I've done. But anyways, if you like what you saw in this video, be sure to slam that like button. Be sure to share this with your friends as well. Turn on post notifications so that way you don't miss another video. And most importantly, be sure to hit that big red subscribe button so that way this YouTube channel can... what's the next goal now? I can't think of a better goal than to reach 10,000 subscribers before next year. We'll have plenty of time to do that. But anyways, I hope we got some amazing bangers of Studio Series and other figures for this year. Which we will. Just gotta wait a bit. Just wait a bit. Well anyways, thanks for watching. See ya!